Hello everyone, Jolties again. Hey, today I'm in downtown Lawrenceburg, Indiana. We got street running track here. Look at this. Right down the middle of the road. I'm in the downtown. It's really foggy out right now. My truck's right there, you can't see it. There's signals down at that end down there too. Can't see because of the fog. And there's also signals way up that way, which you can't see. And I got here at 7 a.m. It was completely dark. And it is now about 8:15 a.m. And I just heard something on my scanner. So we're gonna have a train coming through here pretty soon. I'm getting lucky. A street running train. Lawrenceburg, Indiana. Haven't been here since last fall maybe. It's been a while, and that was at nighttime. Last train I filmed here was at night. There's only just a few trains a day that go through. Now you've also got the Indiana and Ohio Railroad that uses this line to get to the Seymour's distillery in town. There's a distillery spur, which I do have some old videos of that. I've got videos of the I&O going through here, but that's pretty hard to catch. Anyways, let's see what we can do over here. Let's find a spot and let's see this train. Here we go, son. Alrighty, this train's got 566 axles, eastbound, and I'm starting to hear them right now. They will wake the whole city up. It's about 8:35 a.m. It took quite a while for them to get here from when I first heard them. Look how foggy it is. Probably another hour it won't be foggy at all. There's my truck. And the track goes right down the middle of the road for a long ways. $566 axles. Let's go for a walk. We'll have a DPU for sure. Has a chair in the road here, right in front of this house. They got a table out there with a few chairs that came from that. Might have to put it back there for them. at Short Street. Short Street. Can't see very far down through there at all. There's a train station down here on the other side of the track. How's this for keeping the camera steady while walking? Takes a lot of concentration. DPU, I see you. Street running DPU. Out. My fingers are freezing. Oh, not much room there. That was a tight squeeze there, son. is a monster train loaded with automobiles. Who the heck's buying all these cars? This is a huge train. You can see automobiles in that car. About 10 minutes so far for this thing to go by. You can see them in that one. You can see the automobiles in there. There's the end of it. Last to survive. You know, I think I've got that car before. I think I got that one. Well, there she goes. Right down the middle of the road. Can't see it now. Look at that. It doesn't do any good to zoom in. There's nothing to see because of all the fog. All right, the train station's around here somewhere. Where is it? Did I walk past it? Let me see. Huh. Let's have a look down here. I think it's up this way. Maybe another block. We'll walk up here. I want to see if we can find the train station. See what that looks like. I used to come here all the time and film trains. I just haven't been here in a while. One time last year, and then before that, it's probably been a few years. Just not very many trains on this line. There's probably about 3 or 4 a day, and then maybe a few days a week. I&O runs a short train down through here to get to the distillery spur. There's the train station right there. My fingers are frozen. Look at there. That is a nice looking train station. I'd like to find some information when the last time was a train stopped here for passengers. That was a good walk. This is a one-way street on each side, and the road track is right down the middle. Look at that. That is nice looking. Well, let's go around this way. Well, now here's something I didn't notice. They've tied it on this building. Wonder when they did that. That wasn't like that the last time I was here. It's tied onto that building right there. Anyways, I'm gonna walk back to the truck and I'm gonna see what else I can find around here to film. They got the old B&O signals that they're getting ready to take down. That's one reason I came here. There's one right down at the end of the road here, right where the street running starts. You can't see it. There's an old B&O signal down there. Still in use, but I'm told these things are being taken out right now. So, there you go. Let's see what else we can get into. Nice and shiny. Okay, let's have a close look at the rail here. Found some markings. 115 pounds per yard. Rolled by Steelton. 1961. And you've got a bunch of dashes there. I'm not sure how many, maybe August. So there you go. Steelton rolled this in 1961. But wait, there's more. There always is. Look at this. Coming out of the fog. We got a high rail truck. A street running high rail truck in the fog. That's cool. Disappear back into the fog. Look at that, you can hardly even see him. This town is right alongside the Ohio River. So that might have something to do with all this fog. Here's a close look at one of those old B&O signals I was telling you about. Right there. Now if I could have got down here when the train was first coming, that light would have been on. I would have seen it on. It would have been on red. There it is, it's still here. I'm told that they're removing these things along the line right now. So you gotta get pictures of them while you can. There's a CSX building right there. There you go. Alrighty, so I'm in downtown Lawrenceburg right now. Waiting for another train. The fog is starting to lift. And a little information about Lawrenceburg. Lawrenceburg has a population of 5,129. Comprises an area of 5.55 square miles, and it's in southeast Indiana along the Ohio River. And right here, I'm in the very downtown part. Got some really cool old buildings with some nice looking murals on them too. The railroad tracks are over that way. Let's see if you can see the crossing gates. Way over there. You might be able to see that. Just a block or two over that way. I want to find some of those old B&O signals. So I'm going to go west of town, maybe around Aurora, Indiana, somewhere in that area. Look around over there. Look at this. Look how big this is. It's really a pretty big town. Over 5,000 population. And you can see the railroad crossing over that way just a little bit if you look close. See that? You see some of the lights. Got two different railroad lines here. Got the CSX, that's the main track going through town. And then Indiana and Ohio Railroad has trackage rights to use CSX to get to the distillery. So they run down the middle of the street, I&O does, to get to that distillery, and they've got a spur that goes off, maybe about a mile or so long. It's got several sidings on it. I have filmed it before. Well, let's see what else we can get into while we're here. Hey, there'd be a good place to have concerts right there. And the old firehouse, I guess it's the original station, was right there. I'm not sure what it is now. It's probably either a pub or a restaurant. There's a closer look at the original fire department. Looks like it's the tavern now, and it's right next to the post office. All right, here's one of these signals. I'm about 13 miles west of Lawrenceburg. Whoops, dog over there. It's like a German Shepherd. Anyways, this is around milepost 33. I'm looking for a mile marker. That's an old Baltimore, Ohio color position signal. Look at that. And you can tell there used to be 2 tracks right here. But this track's not very busy anymore. Another thing I forgot to mention about this line, it's primarily eastbound running. It's directional running. Almost all the trains go in that direction, towards that direction right there. Here's a mile marker. I can't see it. So most of the trains come from that direction right there and head towards Cincinnati. The Short Line Railroad, the old L&N line that goes from Cincinnati to Louisville, has most of the trains that go in the other direction, the westbound trains. So both lines kind of split them. This line here has mostly eastbound trains. The Short Line that goes through LaGrange with the street running, it's got mostly whatever I said. Anyways, look at this signal. I don't want that dog to come over here and bite me. That is cool looking. I'm gonna see if I can get to the other side of it without getting bit. All right, there you go. It does have the mile marker on it. This is mile marker 33, milepost 33 right here. And I'm looking eastbound. I wish his lights would come on right now. I'd love to get a second train. Oh, there he is. I come in peace. Check this out. We had 2 tracks right here. Got it zoomed in, see if we can get a good look at this. I guess you could still drive a truck over that, you know, maintenance away truck. Right next to the crossing, I found some markings that I can see really good. It's 122 pounds per yard rail. Manufacturer ATH, I'm not sure what that stands for. I'm gonna have to look that up. And it was rolled in April of 1978. That was a really good year. Hey, check this out. Got the railroad track right here, and this house is for sale. And they've got no neighbors. Look at that. And they've got a great view of the railroad tracks. There's the number. Wonder how much land they've got. There's the house. They have a great view of the trains. Check out the rock wall here too. Got a rock wall. Wonder if that's real. Probably is. There you go. Nice place. But wait, there's more. I stopped in Aurora, Indiana. It's just a few miles west of Lawrenceburg. And look at this old train station they got here. That is cool looking. It's a library now. And the railroad tracks over here have a really interesting railroad crossing. Let's have a look at that. It's like a piece of street running. Look how long this crossing is. Starts right here and goes all the way up that way. That is actually a small section of street running track. There's an old mill of some sort. Probably was a customer at one time. Look at that. That's a little piece of street running track. So here's the passenger station. 40-mile-an-hour speed limit for the trains right here. See what the other side of the sign says. Now almost all the trains go in that direction. From behind me, going that way. This is directional running. That side says 25 if a train happens to go that direction. I've never seen one go in that direction on this line, other than the I&O going to switch that distillery in Lawrenceburg. So there's a train station. It's a library now. That's cool looking. Well, I'm gonna go somewhere else where I can find some more trains. It's been 4 hours since that train went through, and I don't think anything's gonna be through here for a while. There's only a few trains a day on this line. So let's go find some trains somewhere else. Hey, look at this caboose I found here. It's in Aurora. I don't know if it's a house or what. That's pretty cool. And the railroad tracks are just down that way. You can see the crossing. That is cool. Well, there hasn't been hardly anything along the river today. There's a train sitting up here. I'm not sure if they got locomotive problems or what. I did hear somebody's got a locomotive problem, but this train's got a caboose on it. The one that's sitting right here. Right there, this train. There it is. There's a caboose right there. Check it out. But wait, there's more. I came over to Northern Kentucky to get a train. The CSX line over there that runs from Cincinnati up through Indiana, let's see here, through Seymour and into Louisville. That's the line I was on today. That line does not get much traffic. I figured I'd get maybe 2 or 3 trains. I only got one. I was there from 7 a.m. until almost 4 o'clock, and I finally left. This right here where I'm at now is just right across the river from where I was at, so it wasn't very far to get over here. And there's got to be something on this line because this is the rat hole line, and they're always busy. So hopefully I can get a train come up this hill and make it worthwhile. And the other thing, that property that was for sale over there in Indiana with the house and all the railroad track frontage, that is selling for $324,900, and it's got 77 acres, and the land goes on both sides of the road. So there's land on the other side of that railroad track that goes with that house. I don't see how they access it though. That's the thing. Anyways, I'm over in Northern Kentucky now, and we're going to see if we get something come up this hill. That's what I'm hoping. Here we go. Well, there's a train trying to come up the hill right now, engine number 1034, but they told the dispatcher that they conked out.
Breaker fault auto, cannot release that trail 100.
It says air breaker fault.
Set it to trail. Set everything up for trail in the computer. Handles. And then once it's set up to trail, set it back to lead. Cut in.
They're trying to get it running. Sure hope they get it running. I want to see them coming up the hill. Train number 171, southbound, to be coming up the hill. We'll see what happens. All right, here we go. Got a train coming finally. It's not the broken down one either. I've been here an hour and 45 minutes. I thought that train that's broken down would come through. They still haven't made it up the hill. So here's one going down. There she goes, grain train going down the hill. That's a flange greaser over there on the left. Well, at least I got to see a train. I don't know what happened to the train that was coming up the hill. It broke down, and I thought they said they got it running.
171, clear 5.5.
Oh, I just now heard them. 171 just now went past 5.5. That's just a couple miles north of me. So they are coming up the hill. They got the thing running, thankfully. Yeah, I just heard them. You might have heard them come across my radio. It's been interesting while I've been here. Been waiting forever for this train to come up the hill. The lady came by, said she saw a female pit bulldog by the road. As a friendly one, and she asked if it was mine. I said no, I didn't even see it. And she said she didn't know where it went, but she said it was running around loose. So then the Kenton County Animal Shelter, a van came by, and they stopped and they asked me if I saw a dog, and I said no, I haven't seen it. And then about 5 minutes after that, a police car came by and stopped and asked if I saw the dog. I said nope. And then the Kenton County van came by again and asked if I saw it. I hadn't seen the dog, so I guess it's around here somewhere. They even asked those kids up there. The dog warden asked those kids up there if they saw the dog. Anyways, that train's gonna be coming up the hill, so we're not done yet. But wait, there's more. Here comes the train, finally coming up the hill. Let's see. The gate hasn't started dinging yet over here, crossing gates. There we go. See if that car, nope, they're not gonna stop. All right, let's have a look at this train. This ought to be a good one. This is the one that stalled. Train number 171. That lead engine had some problems. They finally got it figured out. Some kind of a software problem. I would have zoomed it in when it first came around the curve, but for some reason it wouldn't zoom in. Here comes some nice box cars. My favorites. Look at those. Those have been around. The dispatcher asked if they had a DPU on this train. They said they don't. They didn't have one. Coming up the hill out of the Ohio River Valley. Got a 1.18% at the steepest. This hill's about 5 or 6 miles long, something like that. It's a pretty good size hill. Top of it's at Erlanger. I filmed a lot of trains that had man pusher engines on the back, and they cut them off once you get past Erlanger. When you get to Ellesmere, I wish this one had one, but it doesn't. All right, there you go. Finally got some action. Oh, that's loud. What the heck was that? Oh, trailer. Finally got some action here. I was starting to wonder if I was going to see any more trains today. Only got to see, what, 3 trains the whole day. Wow. I got up early, too. I got over there to Indiana. I was there by 7 a.m. to get that street running train. Anyways, I'm headed home. That's it for me. Got a long drive still. Thanks for watching. If you want to help out my channel, you can watch one of my videos. That'll help a lot because it takes a lot of time and gas to do this. So check out another video. All right, we'll see you later. We might throw some live action pets in here in the slideshow. All right, we'll see you.
Okay, over.
There's all the live action pets after I got home from filming some trains. Hey, Jesse. What you doing? There's Brandy way back there. Where'd she go? Oh, there she is, way down there. There she goes. These animals are pretty funny. Why did I keep this? Just got home.